A lot of times in anime, we talk about the journey to get to the end, or sometimes it's like, well, the ending isn't what we wanted, but the journey getting there was kind of worth it. And like the journey was like part of the process. With the second season of Masamune-kun, this is one of those seasons to where it's like, even if we ended up getting to where we ultimately wanted to go by the end of the season, the journey sucked so freaking hard. And that's the problem that I'm having as far as like me trying to like overcome it and stuff, is like the journey to get to the end, the journey to get where we want it to go is just awful and it's just terrible and it was just not fun whatsoever. It's very rare in anime that I'm completely like really, really disappointed in a show. And a lot of times it's like, oh, I was looking forward to this show or that show, and it just didn't quite live up to my expectations. Therefore, I was disappointed. But when it comes to these second seasons of smartphone anime or Masamune-kun or Devil is a Part-Timer too, like the disappointment I feel with these shows are like it's crazy disappointment. It's crazy sadness because these are the shows that I had in my repertoire on a very personal level. You may or may not feel this way, but for me, these are these plethora of shows that I have that because they finally got a resurgence, I feel kind of validated by like me watching these over and over and over again. I'm telling you, with certain anime that I have, smartphone anime, Devil's a Part-Timer that I've been rewatching since 2012 over and over, I've probably watched them dozens of times at this point. Masamune-kun, I've watched like dozens of times at this point, right? We have like Knights and Magic, Gate. There's these certain shows that I've had that I've like watched over and over, and they just kind of went without, like a continuation. So when they come back, you're expecting that same, like, yes, like finally, it's like if No Game No Life finally gets a second season, but it's like a huge wet fart. Like you're gonna feel so violated and disappointed, and that's kind of how I feel after watching the second season of Masamune-kun. And for me, this is the third anime in a row that I feel this way about. If it's like they keep taking me to bat over and over again. Like this is the third time that I feel like, season after season, I get like beyond excited that we're able to get like this second season, this new resurgence, and the show, just really falls fast. Actually, it might be like the fourth time because the other one that they had was Dragon Maid. So like Dragon Maid came out and like the follow-up season was just, it was acceptable. Like it was just acceptable. Then Devil's a Part-Timer came out and it's acceptable. Like it's not exactly setting the world on fire. It's acceptable, right? Then we had Devil's a Part-Timer. Then we had the smartphone anime. It's acceptable. Now we have Masamune-kun's Revenge, and it's not acceptable at all. Like it's pretty bad. This and smartphone they're more towards like 5 out of 10s. Like they're pretty bad. So now this makes me worried for like Spirit Chronicles. I think Spirit Chronicles is coming, or Tsukimichi, Moonlight is coming. Or we have Goblin Slayer, it's coming. It's like it makes me so worried about these anime that's taking these really long hiatuses that are coming back, and it's like, oh man, I'm just so worried about them just because of my level of disappointment with this one here. So anyways, let me take my rant over. So in episode 12, here's what we got. We got and they try to be really cool and funny with it. It just did not hit, and I just thought it really sucked ass. But last week we had Koiwai go and seek out Masamune and kiss him, and I was like, cool, it's a wrap, let's go. Like this is the ending, Master and Masa, and boom, we done here. And I knew that we are gonna get that one more episode that undoes it. He's gonna be like, oh no, skirt. He's gonna Heisman Trophy her and be like, no, Aki's the one. The good thing is they didn't drag it on anymore. I feel like, I don't want to see any more of this show ever again. And what's worse is it kind of ruined I probably won't rewatch this again in the future, even season 1 anymore, which really sucks. But anyway, so we had that, happen. And then this week, everything just kind of follows up, and they're starting the new school year. I think their last school year. They're starting their third year of school or whatever, and we have all the group there. Most of them are in one class. Masamune ended up in class with Aki. He's the only one of the group that did. He's acting semi-normal with her and everything. 𝐒𝐻 pulls him away from her, basically misdirecting him, thinking at this point, in her mind, she's thinking that 𝐒𝐻 and Masa are dating. Church Girl is thinking the same thing. It's a Uno reverse kind of situation, where she eventually 𝐒𝐻 pushes Masamune over to Aki. Aki cuts her hair, and then they share a moment where he's like, he never says "I love you," which is just so weird. It's like during a confession, like, just say your feels, bro. Like, at this point, like, you've strung us along so much, say you love her. Now, the one thing though is, for the first time in like 4 or 5 episodes, I had a genuine belly laugh this episode, and I was like, wow, I can't remember the last time I like genuinely laughed at Masamune-kun. Like, all throughout season 2, it's been so flat that I haven't laughed at all compared to season 1, which I thought was hilarious. Season 2 has just fallen flat so hard, but I was glad that the last episode gave me a genuine belly laugh. When they kiss, bro went in for the French kiss. He went in for the sloppy doppy. You know what I mean? And I was like, my boy, he went in there for it, and I had to really appreciate that. And I literally was like, ha, 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 ha. I was like laughing from that. So I was like, yo, that's dope. But that's probably the highlight of the theme. The rest of that, after credits and stuff, they dance, and it was all, whatever, dude. Like, yeah. So anyways, it's been a horrible journey. Thank you for being a part of it with me. I hated this show. It's very rare for me to genuinely not like a show that I loved. And I don't even know what words I can use. I love this show. But this season was awful, and this is disappointing. So anyways, also check out my Rowlet back there. You guys see that? Sleepy Rowlet. But anyways, my friends, I'm going to see you guys in the fall season. Hopefully I have those videos out very soon of what I'll be watching. I don't even know what I'll be watching this fall season outside of Shield Heroes. So stick with me. See you in the fall. Let me know your final thoughts in the comments below. All right, peace.